Have you ever looked at your wallet and wondered where all your money went? He works hard, but somehow it still feels like there's never enough. That is exactly how money mistakes begin. Most people do not go broke from one huge disaster. They slowly get buried by small bad habits. And the scary part is, many of these mistakes feel normal. His paycheck comes in, but the bills are already waiting. He feels pressure before he even gets a chance to breathe. That is the paycheck to paycheck trap. In this video, we are breaking down the most common money mistakes. More importantly, we are going to fix them in simple steps. No confusing finance talk, just clear lessons. A lot of people feel like they are running all the time. Work, pay bills, repeat. But if your system is broken, hard work alone may not save you. Money stress often starts when there is no backup plan. One surprise expense can shake everything. That is why the basics matter so much. These mistakes include overspending, bad debt, no budget, weak savings, and delayed investing. They may look small at first, but over time, they can cost you years. The good news is this can be fixed. You do not need to be rich to improve your money habits. You just need to get more intentional. Mistake number 1 is spending more than you earn. It looks harmless when you swipe a card for everyday stuff, but repeated overspending slowly becomes a lifestyle. At first, shopping feels fun and harmless. A few treats, a few upgrades, a few rewards for working hard. But if the spending keeps growing faster than income, trouble follows. Now, he checks his balance and the excitement is gone. Reality shows up fast. This is how people stay stuck even when they're earning money. Convenience spending is one of the biggest leaks. Delivery food, subscriptions, and little impulse buys can quietly drain a budget. Small habits matter more than people think. A lot of people build a lifestyle their paycheck cannot really support. Nice things are not the enemy. The problem starts when comfort is funded by stress and debt. This is called lifestyle creep. As income rises, spending rises too. So even when life looks better on the outside, progress disappears on the inside. The fix starts with one question. Is this a need or is this a want? That one question can stop a lot of bad financial decisions. He doesn't have to stop enjoying life. He just has to spend on purpose. The goal is to control money before money starts controlling him. Mistake number 2 is not having a budget. Many people avoid budgeting because it sounds boring or restrictive, but a budget is really just a plan for your money. Without a plan, money disappears into random places. Receipts pile up, subscriptions go unnoticed, and bills feel heavier than they should. Confusion always costs extra. A basic budget shows where your money is going: rent, food, fun, debt, savings. Once you see the numbers clearly, better choices become easier. Tracking spending does not need to be complicated. A notebook, spreadsheet, or app can work. What matters most is building awareness. A lot of financial pain comes from sneaky expenses. Monthly subscriptions, convenience fees, and repeated small purchases add up fast. If you never track them, they keep winning. Now the picture is clearer for him. He can see what matters and what is wasting money. That is when budgeting starts to feel powerful, not restrictive. Some people like using envelopes or categories. The method is not the most important part. The real win is telling every dollar where to go. A budget is not about perfection. It is about direction. When you track your money, you finally give it a job. Mistake number 3 is carrying high-interest debt. Credit cards are useful tools, but they become dangerous when balances grow. Interest can quietly turn a small problem into a huge one. Paying only the minimum feels safe in the moment, but it keeps the debt alive much longer. And while time passes, the interest keeps feeding on your money. This is why credit card debt feels like a trap. The balance hangs around, the interest grows, and the stress follows you every month. It becomes hard to move forward. Not all debt is equal. High-interest debt should get urgent attention. The higher the rate, the more damage it does to your future. A simple strategy is to attack the highest interest balance first. That saves more money over time. It also gives you a clear order to follow. Every extra payment weakens the chain. Debt payoff is not always exciting, but it creates freedom. Less interest means more room for saving and investing. He decides to stop using the card like free money. That is a huge shift. When spending becomes more conscious, debt loses its power. Mistake number 4 is having no emergency fund. Life does not ask for permission before getting expensive. Cars break, jobs change, and medical bills show up fast. Without emergency savings, every surprise becomes a crisis. People then turn to credit cards or loans just to survive. That can create a second problem on top of the first. This is why emergencies feel so heavy when savings are missing. The problem is not just the bill, it's the panic that comes with having no cushion. An emergency fund gives you breathing room. It's not there for shopping or fun, it's there to protect your peace. You don't need to build it all at once. Start small and stay consistent. Even a small fund is better than none. A common target is 3 to 6 months of essential expenses. That may sound big, but it's built one step at a time. Progress matters more than speed. Keep emergency savings separate from everyday money. That makes it easier to protect. If it's too easy to spend, it may disappear before a real emergency arrives. Mistake number 5 is waiting too long to save for retirement. When you're young, retirement feels very far away. But time is exactly what makes early savings so powerful. Starting later means you have to save much more to catch up. Starting early lets time do more of the work. That's why delay is so expensive.
This is where compound growth becomes your friend. Money invested early has more time to grow on top of itself. That is one of the strongest forces in personal finance. You do not need a huge amount to begin. Small contributions made consistently can become meaningful later. The key is to get started. Accounts like retirement plans can help organize this habit. The exact account matters less than the principle. Save early, save regularly, and let time help you. If your employer offers a match, try not to ignore it. That is part of your compensation. Leaving it behind is like walking away from free money. He sets a small automatic contribution and keeps going. It is not dramatic, but it is smart. Real financial progress often looks boring at first. Mistake number 6 is ignoring your credit health. Your credit score affects borrowing, housing, and sometimes even other opportunities. It matters more than many people realize. Good credit is built through consistent behavior. Paying on time, keeping balances lower, and avoiding too many new accounts all help. It is a reputation score for your money habits. On-time payments are one of the strongest signals. That is why forgetting bills can be expensive in more than one way. Late payments hurt both your wallet and your score. Using too much of your credit limit can also hurt you. Even if you pay eventually, high usage can raise risk signals. Keeping usage lower is healthier. Checking your credit once in a while is smart. It helps you catch mistakes and stay aware. What you monitor, you manage better. Mistake number 7 is impulse buying. Many purchases happen because something looks exciting in the moment, but temporary emotion can create long-term financial damage. A simple fix is the 24-hour rule. Wait one day before buying something non-essential. If you still want it later and it fits the budget, then decide calmly. Goals make this easier. When you have a bigger purpose, random spending loses some of its power. It becomes easier to say no today for something better tomorrow. He chooses his savings goal over a quick luxury purchase. That is what maturity with money looks like. Not deprivation, just clearer priorities. Every time he walks away from a bad impulse, he gets stronger. Discipline is like a muscle. The more you use it, the easier it becomes.
Mistake number 8 is being underinsured. Insurance may feel boring until life goes wrong. Then it suddenly becomes very important. Health, renters, auto, and other types of coverage can protect you from huge setbacks. The goal is not fear, the goal is protection. Mistake number 9 is co-signing loans without fully understanding the risk. It may feel like you are just helping someone out, but legally you are tying your future to their payments. If they do not pay, the debt can come back to you. That can hurt your finances and your relationship at the same time. This is why co-signing should never be casual. He says no, respectfully but clearly. Protecting your financial health is not selfish. Sometimes the smartest answer is the hardest one to say. Now we move from mistakes to solutions. A simple money plan should include spending, saving, and investing. That gives your money a direction. Automation helps a lot here. If savings and retirement happen automatically, you do not have to depend only on willpower. Systems beat moods. Debt also needs a system. Pick an order, stay consistent, and keep going. Progress feels much better when the plan is clear. Priorities matter too. Shelter, food, utilities, debt, and savings should usually come before random wants. A strong financial life is built in the right order. Money management gets easier when it becomes a routine. A small weekly or monthly check-in can prevent bigger problems later. Awareness is a form of protection. Now he looks calmer because the chaos is shrinking. The debt is smaller, the savings are growing, and the plan is finally working. That is what consistency can do. You do not need to fix everything in one day. Just start with one mistake and one better habit. Small changes repeated over time can transform your future. Think of every smart money decision as a gift to your future self. Budgeting, saving, and investing are all forms of self-respect. You are building a safer life one step at a time. So let's review the basics. Spend less than you earn, track your money, pay off high-interest debt, build an emergency fund, start retirement saving early, and protect your credit. These simple moves can change everything. If this video helped you, comment with the money mistake you want to fix first. Subscribe for more simple animations that make money easier to understand. And remember, getting better with money starts with one honest decision.